Okay, listen, listen to me. Kings and queens and everything in between. This is due with a very late night video, and the reason why I'm going to be in the pitch black dark is because eh, I really don't want to see the light right out. Because if I turn on the light, then my eyes are going to be all squinty, and nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. So I've been thinking of, well, how can I come back with, how can I do a video, right? What subject am I going to do the wrestling video on? Like, I could talk about what happened on SmackDown. I could talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. I could talk about those things until until I realize, holy crap, I need to talk about those when they actually happen, like on the like kind of like on the fly, or even like a day, a day after, so that I can have a fresh memory of what exactly happened. Because the only things that stand out are like the few in between things. Like I'm just gonna throw out an example. Freaking toxic attraction getting the win, getting the win and moving on in the women's tag team tournament, which which again I can, which I'm gonna go back on my older video where I was like, where is this tournament and what happened to it? And it is moving along smoothly as possible because of, well, I'm going to say this again, Triple H. Triple H is making every belt important, every what could be considered mid card, the mid card belts and the tag team belts seem a little bit more important than just the major belts themselves, which is like, this is just awesome, right? Get me excited for what's to come. But despite despite that, despite that, right? In this subject, I want to first of all shout out to C Wrestling, right? This YouTube channel, C Wrestling, that has been for the past couple of years, ever since the release of Bray Wyatt or Wyndham. It has been nothing but the possibility of the Fiend coming back, and now now that Triple H is at the helm, it seems more possible. And I'm going to put a link to his channel at in the description box, right? In the description box. And you go ahead and you go watch his latest video. His latest video is what inspired me to do this video, which could have been, you could have seen my face a lot more, and it would have been earlier, but laziness. So, like, no honest real excuse, but laziness did play a major factor into why this is the result of the video that you know y'all are getting. So let me do my own bit of of a bit of a comparison, not so much a theory of when or if he may return, because I kind of like, because of how almost everyone, including John Cena, is just putting it out there that he is like that he is important and he is missed. Like, like you get John Cena involved, like right, that's big and that's huge. But what I want to do is a comparison because of start off with Maxine. Let's start off with Maxine Dupree. My Wyatt, like at the Instagram post of Wyatt. What was it? Wyatt Elementary School. Is it Wyatt? Yeah, I think it's Wyatt Elementary School that she's visited. And the thing that sticks out is Wyatt. And I was like, wait, wait, time out. And another thing, a lot of of the reference, especially wait, this is the one thing on SmackDown that C Wrestling pointed out that I missed, that I happened to miss and or just kind of like ignore completely because it was just like Michael Cole just saying words. But the fact that when Baron Corbin got in the ring during the Fatal 4-Way match for the next challenger for the Intercontinental Championship, which was like again make the belts important. But he was going in, and Michael Cole said, uh, about to, about to attack like a buzzard, like a buzzard. I was like, that's oddly specific, especially like a buzzard. Like whoa. Time out. Because Bray Wyatt always talks about following the buzzards. That's kind of like okay. That's kind of like too on the nose or too much of a coincidence. My cat is is bugging out right now because I'm not asleep. So he's pretty much interfering in the video. Wants to be a star. So bear with me, everyone. Let's let me let me get back on track. It seems like when he said buzzard, it seemed like a trigger word, but that's not all. That's not all. Also from C Wrestling, I'm going to say his name a lot. I'm going to say the channel's name a lot. I'm going to say his name a lot. Is the fact that at Clash at the Castle, right? Clash at the Castle, the pay per view that's coming up, where it's going to be a major pay per view. It's going to be major. Um, whew, the the name of the song, the name of the song that that's going to be played for the pay per view. That's specifically for the pay per view is titled "Run." And if we all know better, if we go back, that was the main word that was used for Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, for the longest is run. And it's like that's too much of a coincidence. And what I want to do, what I was thinking, like, wait, all of these clues, all of these hidden cryptic type of things, it's kind of like it reminds me of what they were doing with the remake of it. With the remake of it, where Pennywise, like you know he was there, right? You knew what he was there. Like he had hidden signs of himself throughout the movie that sometimes you had to really look for. Paul freeze frame the DVD or whatever. You have to really pause, go back and look at, which is what I believe is what the WWE universe is doing in a way, like presenting Bray Wyatt or the Fiend as this omnipresent being that has always been there, that will always, seem like it was a bad dream, right? The Fiend seemed like a bad dream for majority of the people, but now, which is kind of like continuity. This is just my theory, though. This is just my theory. You know, you don't have to believe it, but for the sake of story, right? The Fiend Bray Wyatt could seem to be forgotten when he was supposedly gone, right? Supposedly gone. But now it's starting to flood back to everybody's memory. But it's coming in piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. And not so much a whole push in, but I feel like that's exactly what type of, the type of energy that is giving me right now is like Pennywise being there, like, it exists, right? The Fiend exists, but for some reason it was like, it's like a spell is getting stronger and stronger. The more that you talk about the Fiend, the stronger it gets. That's like how the more that you think about and fear Pennywise, the stronger he gets, and it just feels like that. That's the feeling that I get from what everybody is doing with the Fiend, including John Cena, because John Cena has faced off against the Fiend. Karrion Kross has not faced off against the Fiend yet. Brought him up as a dream match, which plays into it. It's just like it was just like one big old nightmare that everybody woken up from. But they just knew deep down that the Fiend happened. Bray Wyatt happened. And this will actually be a cool, like a cool tie-in to everything, right? That the Fiend is real. Is pretty much what I want to go off at. The Fiend was a real, actual nightmare that some, if not most, superstars cannot shake. They cannot shake the presence of Bray Wyatt, particularly Michael Cole with the buzzard. The literal pay-per-views song called Run. Alexa Bliss mentioning the Fiend and Bray Wyatt being a part of the Funhouse. All seems like the reality, the nightmare is becoming a reality, and much more so now. Everyone is starting to remember the nightmare that was the Fiend, and starting to really realize that the nightmare was reality. Oh my god, this is just my conspiracy theory at this point. This now it's turned into from a comparison to a conspiracy theory of the significance of the Fiend and Bray Wyatt being gone from the WWE. It felt like, and I don't mean this in a negative way whatsoever towards the character of the Fiend. I mean this in the story prospect of it. Is that the nightmare, the evil of the Fiend was gone. but now it feels like he is suddenly there. Now, one thing that C Wrestling did mention that I did like is the possibility that we might see that we might see uh, the puppets return, and any presence of the puppets, I will probably lose my mind. I'm going to be the first one to be like, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna make a video instantly. It was like, yo, 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 during this segment and this time at this point, right there on the spot, all day, right there. It's a puppet. You'll see her. It's Abby, Abby the witch. Like I will probably freak out, but even with that said, like kings and queens, everything in between. I just want you to know that this, because of people like C Wrestling, uh, I'll even add in Brandon does everything. I'll add in I'll add in the whole group of the whole vibe group, including Phoenix Nitro and Simply Better AM. All of those, like all of these channels, right? Re Revitalize me to liking wrestling because they're not trying to go behind the curtain and everything like that. They're not trying to do that. It's just fans enjoying wrestling for the most part. It's fans just enjoying wrestling and having fun, which is like the best. The best type of fans are the ones that are just enjoying the show and seeing what happens next. That's what I turned into, right? I turned back into a fan. And as much as people want, that's cool or whatever, but Howard, at the end of the day, I'm enjoying myself, and because I'm speaking this into existence, when I meet all of these, people, I'm going to probably not so much freak out as much because at the end of the day, they are people, you know. I'm gonna fan out on the inside, but on the outside, I'm gonna be as calm and collective as possible. No type of weird interactions or anything like that. There's nothing. No, that's too much. That's too much. Too much energy. But, but like I said, speaking this into existence, when I and my cousin Lexi meets these people, meets these wonderful people, it's going to we're first of all, I'm going to have a lot of questions, but nothing, nothing too outrageous. But then it's going to be like my type of questions, like peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and jam. Are you a toast person, or do you prefer waffles? Waffles or pancakes? Ketchup or mustard? And if you do ketchup and mustard, there's probably I would say that you're confused on a lot of things. But anyway, this video has been me rambling like a rabbit. Wink, hint, nudge. But with that said, kings and queens, everything in between, this has been one of those videos that gets me excited for what's to come in the future of WWE. And I hope you are excited as I am about everything that could happen, that's possibly around the corner, around the country, around the bend. So, with that said, this has been Dude, and in the next video, I will be talking about a particular video game franchise that, lo and behold, that I've loved for a very long time, and I would like for it to make a make a comeback of sorts. You want to know which one I'm talking about? Tune in for my next video and you will find out. Until that time, have a good night. Peace.